let's talk about the war on the poor. And let's talk about elected officials who vote on their own pay raises. Okay. And, excuse me, I'm eating a sandwich because I had to go to the grocery store and buy something to eat because my sugar was so low I was about to pass out. Um, when elected officials vote in themselves for pay raises and government programs like, um, charitable programs like food stamps and welfare goes down and the prices of groceries go up, there's a war on the people. Okay. When you go to the grocery store and a pound of ham is $6 to $8, and a loaf of bread is $4, and a gallon of milk is $4, there's a war on the poor. Okay. Um, and all of these politicians and corporations talking about, uh, you know, uh, that participate in diversity, equity, inclusion, a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk doesn't know what color you are. Okay, you don't get no, ain't nobody gets a discount on any of those things because of the color of their skin. So yeah, we all need to band together because all of this stuff, the diversity, equity, inclusion, garbage, is just to keep us fighting with each other. So we don't come after those that are responsible for the current situation that we're in. Just as plain as that, and as simple as that. You look, when I went to the grocery store, there was some young black woman. Um, Mean mugging me because I was still moving and she wasn't walking in the parking lot. I mean, I'm sorry, she wasn't walking in the crosswalk. And I open the door for everybody. I don't care what color you are. As long as you ain't red with horns on your head, I'll open the door for you. So I get into the bread area where I got my $4 bread, and I had a really interesting conversation with um, he was in his 30s, a black gentleman, and he knew exactly what I was talking about. There are people out there that are woke up to what's going on more than most people think that there is. But as long as social engineering and social platforms are engineering people with a twisted logic and twisted perception of what's actually going on, it's kind of you know it's hard to communicate with some people. You know, when they were doing social distancing, how come it's not health distancing? Yeah, it's social distancing because they don't want you talking to each other. That's why you couldn't go to church, you couldn't go to school, um, you couldn't go if you weren't in Antifa or BLM, you weren't allowed to be on the streets. You know, you think I'm racist or whatever, but you're out of your mind. That that $4 loaf of bread, don't know what color you are, but your elected officials and these corporations know who you are. They know what color your skin is. They don't give a damn. So think about that next time you go to the voting booth, go to the grocery store. When you have corporations, and I'm going to do a video on this here later this week. I'm going to look at the quarterly um, reporting of profits. The corporate profit. Like Kroger. I'm going to look into that and Walmart and all that, and look at the quarterly reported earnings, and then look at the price of their products, and then look at what they gave their employees. Because that's what I'm getting ready to do a video on. Because I looked at when I went out to rent a storage unit. Um, and I went to U-Haul. I had a nice conversation. Listen, where every time I go where there, where I live at, I'm until I moved in here, there was hardly any white people here, and I was raised here as a kid, and you know, I get along with everybody, you know. And when I go to the grocery store, and there's young people, you know, looking at you like you're the demon, and you got, well, when they, you know, when they look at you with this look like you're some kind of, you know, lesser human being than they are, or they're scared of you, and then the older people are scared to death of a white folk, you know. So that's a problem, you know. I you know, I opened the door for this elderly black lady, and she looked at me like she was so surprised, you know. And I said, you know what really bothers me about you, about that? She's like, what? I said, it bothers me that you are surprised that I would hold the door for you, you know. America, you better wake up and unify. Don't fight with each other. Fight with the people that are causing this. You know, that's all I got to say. Have fun at the grocery store.